Let us begin with a truth that will fundamentally alter how you perceive the ocean's apex predator. The orca, known also as the killer whale, is not a whale at all. It is the largest member of the dolphin family, a supremely intelligent, fiercely social, and culturally complex creature that has no natural predators and yet rarely attacks humans in the wild. It is the undisputed ruler of the oceans, a predator that hunts great white sharks, stalks gray whale calves, and coordinates attacks with military precision. But here is the paradox that haunts every marine biologist who studies them. The orca is also a creature of profound gentleness, exhibiting lifelong bonds with family members, grieving its dead, and teaching its young with patient, deliberate care. It speaks in dialects that vary from pod to pod, passed down through generations like language. It has a brain that is 4 times larger than a human's, with an insula and cingulate gyrus, regions associated with emotion and empathy that are highly developed. It is a creature of extremes, a ruthless hunter and a devoted mother, a solitary wanderer and a family-oriented socialite, a global traveler and a creature of deep local traditions. The orca has been on this planet for over 10 million years, adapting to every ocean, from the icy waters of Antarctica to the warm tropics. It has witnessed the rise of our species, the building of ships, and the emptying of the seas. And now, it is looking at us with those intelligent, unblinking eyes, and it is asking a question that we are too afraid to hear. What have you done with your intelligence? Today, we are telling the biography of the orca. Not one pod, but all orcas, the diverse, culturally rich, and endangered families of the world's oceans.
The orca, Orcinus orca, belongs to the oceanic dolphin family, Dolphinidae, making it the largest dolphin species on Earth. Its lineage diverged from other dolphins approximately 10 million years ago, evolving into the powerful, cosmopolitan predator we know today. Orcas are found in every ocean on Earth, from the polar ice caps to the equator. They are the most widely distributed mammal on the planet after humans. Despite this vast range, orcas are not a single homogeneous species. Recent genetic studies have revealed that there are at least 10 distinct ecotypes, each with unique hunting strategies, dietary preferences, vocal dialects, and social structures. Some ecotypes are so genetically distinct that they may eventually be classified as separate species. In the North Pacific, there are 3 main ecotypes: resident orcas, which feed primarily on salmon and live in large, stable pods with complex social hierarchies; transient orcas, which hunt marine mammals and live in smaller, more fluid groups; and offshore orcas, which travel in large pods and feed on sharks and fish. In the North Atlantic, there are at least 2 ecotypes, and in the Antarctic, there are 5 distinct types, each specializing in different prey, from seals to penguins to fish. This ecological diversity is a testament to the orca's adaptability, but it also makes conservation challenging, as each ecotype has unique needs and vulnerabilities. The orca is not just one species, it is a collection of cultures, each with its own language, traditions, and way of life. What defines an orca? Let us start with the body, because the orca's body is a monument to hydrodynamic efficiency and raw power. Males can reach up to 9 meters in length and weigh over 6,000 kilograms, the weight of a small bus. Females are smaller, reaching up to 7 meters and weighing around 4,000 kilograms. Their bodies are sleek and muscular,
with a prominent dorsal fin that can reach up to 2 meters in height in males. This fin is not just for show, it acts as a stabilizer and is also a key identifier for individuals. The orca's brain is one of the largest in the animal kingdom, weighing an average of 6 kilograms, 4 times the size of a human brain. It is highly complex, with a large insula and cingulate gyrus, regions associated with empathy, self-awareness, and social bonding. Orcas possess a sophisticated echolocation system, emitting clicks and listening to the echoes to navigate and hunt in dark waters. Their hearing is highly sensitive, and they communicate through a rich repertoire of clicks, whistles, and pulsed calls. Their sense of taste is not well developed, but they have a highly sensitive sense of touch, which is important for social bonding. Orcas have a remarkable lifespan, with females living up to 90 years in the wild, while males typically live to 50 to 60 years. The oldest known orca, Granny, was estimated to be over 100 years old. This longevity is a testament to the orca's evolved intelligence and social structure, which ensures the survival of knowledge across generations. Now let us talk about the orca's social life, because the orca is arguably the most social of all marine mammals. Orcas live in complex matrilineal societies, where offspring remain with their mothers for their entire lives. This is the longest-lasting family bond in the animal kingdom outside of humans. The core unit of orca society is the matriline, consisting of a mother and her descendants. Multiple matrilines come together to form pods, which can consist of up to 50 individuals. These pods are often led by the oldest female, the matriarch, who is the repository of the group's cultural knowledge, including the location of hunting grounds, migration routes, and specific hunting techniques. The matriarch's wisdom is essential for the survival of the pod, as she has decades of experience and memory. Orcas are also known for their extraordinary vocal communication. Each pod has its own unique dialect, a set of calls that are distinct to that group. These dialects are learned, not innate, and are passed down from mothers to calves. This is a form of culture, a hallmark of intelligent, social animals. Orcas also have a rich repertoire of social behaviors, such as breaching, spy hopping, and tail slapping, which are used for communication, play, and display. They are known to engage in cooperative hunting, where individuals work together to herd, isolate, and capture prey. This cooperation is evidence of advanced planning, communication, and coordination.
The orca's diet is as diverse as its cultures. Different ecotypes have specialized diets reflecting their local environments and adaptations. Resident orcas feed primarily on fish, with a strong preference for salmon, particularly Chinook salmon, which is rich in fat. They use echolocation to locate schools of fish, then herd them into tight clusters, stunning them with tail slaps or using coordinated dives to drive them to the surface. Transient orcas, on the other hand, are specialized hunters of marine mammals. They hunt seals, sea lions, dolphins, porpoises, and even whales. They are stealthy, using acoustic silence to stalk their prey, and they often attack in groups, separating a calf from its mother and exhausting it before killing it. Offshore orcas feed primarily on sharks and other large fish. They are known to have worn-down teeth, a sign of a diet that includes rough-skinned sharks. In the Antarctic, orcas have developed innovative techniques. Some ecotypes will generate waves to wash seals off ice floes, while others will use the ice itself to trap prey. This dietary specialization is a key factor in the orca's cultural diversity, as different ecotypes rarely interbreed and are in effect separate cultures. The orca's hunting strategies are not just instinct, They are learned and passed down, making them a form of cultural evolution. This is the orca's legacy, a creature that not only hunts, but thinks about hunting, teaching, and preserving knowledge across generations. Reproduction is another critical aspect of the orca's life story, and it is a slow, deliberate process that reflects the species' high investment in each offspring. Females reach sexual maturity around 10 to 15 years of age, while males mature later, around 15 to 20 years. The gestation period is approximately 17 months, one of the longest of any marine mammal. Calves are born weighing around 180 kilograms and measuring over 2 meters in length. They are born tail first, enabling them to be guided to the surface for their first breath by their mother. The bond between a mother and her calf is intense, lasting for decades. Calves nurse for up to 2 years, and they remain dependent on their mother for up to 5 years for feeding and hunting. Even after weaning, young orcas often stay with their mother for life, learning hunting techniques and social skills. This extended period of learning is a critical factor in the orca's intelligence and cultural transmission. Male orcas do not participate in parenting, but they play an important role in the social fabric of the pod, often helping to protect the group. Reproductive rates are low, with females giving birth only every 3 to 5 years. This slow rate makes orcas vulnerable to population declines, as the loss of even a few individuals can have a significant impact. The orca's reproductive strategy is one of quality over quantity, with a high investment in each offspring to ensure its survival.
Now let us talk about the orca's daily struggle, because life for an orca is a constant battle against hunger, disease, and the encroachment of humans. Orcas face very few natural predators. The only known natural predator of orcas is, on occasion, larger sharks or other orcas. However, the greatest threats to orcas are human-induced. Pollution, particularly the accumulation of polychlorinated biphenyls, or PCBs, in their blubber, is a significant threat. These persistent organic pollutants weaken their immune systems, disrupt their reproductive cycles, and increase their vulnerability to disease. Ship traffic and noise pollution interfere with their echolocation, making it difficult for them to hunt and communicate. Climate change is altering the distribution of their prey, particularly salmon, which are declining due to overfishing and habitat degradation. The reduction in Chinook salmon stocks has had a devastating impact on the resident orca populations of the Pacific Northwest, leading to starvation and reproductive failure. Orcas are also vulnerable to oil spills, which can contaminate their habitat and prey. In addition to these threats, orcas face conflict with fisheries, as they are sometimes shot or captured in nets. The orca's struggle is not just a biological one. It is a fight against the consequences of human activity, a fight that will determine its fate. How is the orca useful to humans? Let us count the ways that are rarely acknowledged. First, ecosystem regulation. Orcas are the apex predators of the ocean, maintaining the balance of marine ecosystems by controlling the populations of their prey. By preying on sick and weak individuals, they strengthen the genetic health of prey species. Second, ecotourism. Orca watching is a multi-billion-dollar industry in places like the Pacific Northwest, Iceland, and Norway. Tourists come from all over the world to witness these magnificent animals, and the revenue generated supports local communities and conservation efforts. Third, scientific research. Orcas are a model species for studying intelligence, social behavior, and cultural transmission. Their vocal dialects and cooperative hunting strategies provide insights into the evolution of language and culture. Fourth, inspiration. Orcas have been woven into the mythology and art of indigenous coastal peoples for thousands of years, representing strength, family, and the spirit of the ocean. Now, what can humans learn from the orca? First, the power of family. Orcas stay with their families for life, teaching and protecting each other. Human societies have become fragmented. The orca teaches us the value of family bonds. Second, the importance of cultural diversity. Orcas have distinct cultures, each with its own language and traditions. Humans can learn to respect and celebrate diversity. Third, that intelligence is not just for accumulation. Orcas use their intelligence to solve problems and share knowledge. Humans can learn to use their intelligence for the common good. Fourth, that the ocean is a shared resource. Orcas depend on healthy oceans. Humans must learn to protect the seas that sustain all life.
Now, let us talk about conservation. Because the story of the orca is not over. It is being written now by each of us. The southern resident killer whale population in the Pacific Northwest is critically endangered, with fewer than 75 individuals remaining. The northern resident population is also declining. The primary threats are the decline of their primary prey, Chinook salmon, and the persistent pollution of their habitat. There are solutions. Protecting and restoring salmon runs through dam removal, habitat restoration, and sustainable fishing quotas is essential. Reducing pollution, including the phase-out of PCBs and other toxic chemicals, is vital. Reducing ship traffic and noise pollution through shipping lanes and quiet vessels can help. Creating marine protected areas that safeguard critical feeding and breeding grounds can also aid recovery. Community-based conservation, where local communities are involved in protecting orcas, has been successful. Education is key. People need to understand that orcas are not just a spectacle, they are a barometer of ocean health. The future of the orca depends on our choices today. We can continue down the path of neglect, or we can choose to protect the orca, not because it is useful to us, but because it has a right to exist, because it is ancient, wise, and irreplaceable. And now we come to the final truth. The orca has been on this planet for over 10 million years. It has survived ice ages, volcanic eruptions, and the shifting of continents. It has witnessed the rise of our species from small coastal hunters to global dominators. It has been hunted, captured, and exploited, and yet it is still here. It is in the icy waters of Antarctica. It is in the fjords of Norway. It is in the coastal waters of North America. It is in the collective consciousness of humanity, a symbol of wildness and intelligence. And now, it is looking at us with those intelligent, unblinking eyes, and it is asking a question that we are too afraid to hear. What have you done with your intelligence? We have the power to destroy the orca. We also have the power to save it. The choice is ours. Every time we look at an orca, we see a creature that is not so different from us, a creature that loves its children, protects its family, and grieves its dead, a creature that has lived in harmony with its environment for millions of years, a creature that teaches us what it means to be human. Because in the end, the orca is not just an animal, it is a mirror. It reflects our capacity for love, for memory, for grief, and for hope. It shows us who we are and who we could become. So let us protect the orca, not because it is useful, but because it is sacred. Not because it is endangered, but because it is irreplaceable. Let us give the orca a future, not just for its sake, but for ours. Because a world without orcas is a world without wonder, a world without wisdom, a world without memory. And that is a world we do not want to live in.